and how, no matter how hard it tries, Mario Wonder isn't going to be able to top it. I've never been happier to take an L like that in my life. Yep, that's right. I'm going to say it. As someone who played all the classic 2D Mario games recently, and you should totally watch that video, by the way, if you haven't. It's really good. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is the best 2D Mario game. Do you understand the weight of that statement? There are people who believe that Super Mario World is one of the greatest games ever made. As always, let's start with the story. Mario and friends are invited to the Flower Kingdom, which neighbors the Mushroom Kingdom. It's probably to celebrate the kingdom's border opening, because we've never heard about it until now. But while there, Bowser grabs a Wonder Flower and merges with Prince Florian's castle. Now it's up to Mario and his many friends to save the day. I have some major gripes with the story in this game, but I won't talk about it more until the spoiler section, obviously. 2D Marios are known for having great physics and controls, but this game just might be the best yet. It's crazy good. The new power-ups are pretty good all around. To stand out, of course, is the elephant, which you can use to whack things with your trunk and spray water. There's also the drill mushroom, which allows you to dig beneath surfaces and ceilings and kill enemies from below. And the bubble flower, which is just blue Yoshi from Soup U as a power-up. I'd probably rank them with elephant in first and bubble flower in second, but drill mushroom in third. But again, they were all really good. Despite being in last, I still like the drill mushroom a lot. There is one more type of flower in the game, and I don't know why I'm teasing it, because you all want to know this. It's the Wonder Flower. This is less of a power-up and more of an event switch, but the events in question are so cool and unique. Piranha Plant starts singing, you transform into a Goomba, and there's even a Wonder Effect that turns the game to a 3D Mario game. They never run out of ideas either, as Wonder Effects get used at most 3 times. Or reused at most 3 times, so 4 times total. And most are only used once. That's the main draw about this game in my opinion. It's infinite amount of ideas. Even if it's not a new Wonder Effect, every level introduces something completely new, like an enemy that eats through blocks, or cake platforms that sink when you stand on them. Much like the Wonder Effects, these are rarely reused, making every level unique and ensuring that you'll never get tired of a gimmick. And everything in this game is just so charming. Like, not just the Wonder Effects and the art style. For example, there are these talking flowers spread throughout the levels that comment on what's happening around them. And man, I don't see why people find these annoying. I want one of these in my house. I can't show you an example how funny they are on my own, because I found out today, while recording this, that my capture card that I've been using for years apparently only records in 30 FPS, and doesn't record audio properly. So it's like heavily desynced. But just search talking flower funny moments on YouTube, you'll get like a million videos that demonstrate my point perfectly. The other thing that helps the uniqueness of the levels is the badges. In this game, you can equip badges that aid the player in various ways, such as giving you a free power-up, a bounce off of a pit, or allowing you to perform a double jump. As cool as these are, and don't get me wrong, they are very cool, the moveset badges clearly outshine the boost badges, to the point where I almost never use the boost ones. I wish there was one slot for movement, and one for boost, as I feel like that would allow you to use a boost badge without the massive detriment of losing a move, which isn't worth it in this game. The only major flaw of this game is the bosses. Previous 2D Mario games used the Koopalings, and people complained about them because they were every game and they weren't very unique between them. In this game, they are all Bowser Jr., and although he uses Wonder Power, the only thing that happens most of the time is the platforms change, which is all that happened in the Koopaling fights. So this is worse than those. The other main problem I have with the game is the replayability, as there isn't that much to do post-game. There is an extra hard world per the usual, and while those were hard levels, they only took me as little as 10 minutes each to beat, with the final one taking an hour, but that wasn't the norm. And if you get most of your collectibles on your first go, like I did, there isn't anything else to do for 100% besides grinding for the standees. I wish there was a New Game Plus mode where you keep all of the badges, or start with all of them. Or a hard second mode, similar to Mario 1 and Mario Land. I guess the world map is a little more cohesive than Mario World 2, but putting the beach world in the center as a way to transition between the theme worlds was a great way to solve Soup U's terrible cohesiveness, and it's still great as a result. Alright, here comes the spoiler section, so skip to here. I mean, it's not going to be that long, and it's not that long of a video, and honestly, I didn't even need to talk about this, I just need to pad out length, but whatever. Here we go. After a pretty cool final world, all things considered, like I really like the Metropolis aesthetic that Bowser's Castle has here, and the unique colors with black and green instead of the usual lava. Lava world was cool too though, don't get me wrong. The final boss was a bit of a disappointment, honestly. After going through a stage which is just like a rehash of a bunch of wonder gimmicks you've already had, you fight Bowser on a light show and you jump to the rhythm. This is his master plan? This is his huge wonder? Like just a light show? Really? Like, the whole game, he's been saying that the universe will be my audience, and, like, it's just a light show. I'm not even sure this is what he was talking about when he said Epic Wonder, because it's just so puny. Like Mario Galaxy, he grows to the size of a giant thing, and that is apparently less power than this? Sure, buddy. Sure. But let's face it, guys. All those complaints I just listed are nitpicks. Like, oh no, the bosses are bad. It's still a masterpiece. So does that mean that Mario Wonder is now going to automatically be in the informal video game Hall of Fame? You know, when discussions are not like the actual one, but when discussions are brought up about the greatest games ever made, do I think that Mario Wonder is going to be in those conversations consistently? I think the greatest games of all time list isn't about how objectively good a game is. I think it's about games that broke boundaries. You know what? I don't know why I'm spending like 30 minutes trying to voice my thoughts on this. If I really want to, I'll make a separate video about societal trends and stuff. But it doesn't matter if Mario Wonder is the greatest games ever made, because it's a really good game. It's a masterpiece. And you should play it. Oh yeah, and I never brought up Mario 3 in this video because, let's be honest, Mario 3 has no chance. People like to argue that Mario 3 is better than Mario World. I don't see it happen anymore because I think society's moved on. It's just no contest between the two. I'm sorry, Mario 3 fans, but it's not in this horse. It's got no horse in this race. Like, imagine thinking Mario 3 is the best game ever made in 2020.